recipe. Running on fumes, can't slow down. Foot to the floor through this town. Eyes on the prize, won't back out. Living life loud, no fear, no doubt. Hands grip tight the steering wheel, stealing nerves against the field. Rolling hills and sharp descents, never stop a soul hell-bent. Radio blares adrenaline, fingers tap on skin and tin. Horizon looms but never near, push the limits, lose the fear. Running on fumes, can't slow down. Foot to the floor through this town. Eyes on the prize, won't back out. Living life loud, no fear, no doubt. Running on fumes, can't slow down. Foot to the floor through this town. Eyes on the prize, won't back out. Living life loud, no fear, no doubt. Running on fumes, can't slow down. Foot to the floor through.
Hello and welcome on in to Chelsie, Piers in Manhattan. And this is Midnight Sports. We've got something coming up for you that's going to be a good one. It's the New York City Cyclones taking on the New York Stars. Stick around. All the action coming up next on Midnight Sports.
This broadcast is streamed and produced by Midnight Sports and is not affiliated with any hockey organization, club, or team. Midnight Sports is comprised of hockey parents who stream games for friends and family who cannot attend the games in person. Today's broadcast features D-Biz on production and camera and CDS on commentary. We hope you enjoy it.
All right, let's get you set for this 16U AA showdown. This is a state qualifying game, Tier 2, New York State. It's the Stars that have trundled on up the West Side Highway to make it over to Manhattan and take on the New York City Cyclones here at Chelsie Piers. The Cyclones come in their last four, 1-3. They split games against the Delco Phantoms 15U AA team, winning 6-2. Losing 0-6, and then they dropped decisions against the North Park 16U AA team that we've seen right here on Midnight Sports 3 times this season by a score of 2-5, and then lost a very close one out against Old Stars nemesis, the Long Island Edge, by a score of 4-5. So this one is fixing to be a good one here today. The Stars come in on a 3-game winning streak, having taken out the Long Island Sharks a couple of weekends ago, and then beaten both the New York City Skyliners and the New York Apple Corps last weekend. And so it will be the Stars trying to extend the winning streak here today. The Stars back in action next weekend, Saturday night, in an exhibition matchup against the Cutting Edge King Cobras out at Rich Corpy Ice Rink in Bayonne, New Jersey. But of course, first, it's a state matchup here between the Stars and the Cyclones. Keep it right here on Midnight Sports. We'll give you an extended look in at warm-ups. 2:20 left to go on the warm-up clock. Thanks so much for joining us on this wintry, snowy afternoon in New York. This is Midnight Sports. All right, we're getting ready to roll here from Chelsie Piers. Little last-minute strategy going on at the benches between the Cyclones and the Stars. New York City Cyclones will be in their home white sweaters, moving right to left on your television screen or radio dial in periods 1 and 3. Stars in their road navy blues. And they will be moving left to right, of course. In those same periods, teams will switch sides. This is a state qualifying game, so 15 minutes on the board for each period. And this one can end in a tie, as there'll be no overtime for any state qualifying game, same way it's been all season here for the New York Stars right here on Midnight Sports. It'll be Gitman to take the drop. He's going to be flanked by Bergman and Bizarro. Murphy and Ramos will get the start on the blue line, and it appears to be Ryan Speaker in the blue paint for the Stars here today. We'll keep an eye on that. Only game this weekend. We'll see if the goalies split time or not in this one. As soon as we see anything, we'll keep you advised. Speaker just checking to make sure there are no other pucks in the back of the net, doing what traditionally has been an official's job, to shake the twine, but he's happy to help out in the hopes that maybe it'll buy him an early whistle once or twice. Just a little inside baseball there for you. As we get set, officials check the twine. Stars ready to roll, and we are about to be off and running here from Manhattan. It's Gitman over the dot. Bergman backed out of the circle. Bizarro told the same. And the puck is dropped. Clean win by Gitman. Dumped in, though, by the Cyclones. Comes off the corner wall. Back for it is Murphy with speed. Murphy on up for Bergman. Bergman breaks it out to the point. That one's going to be deflected wide on the shot by the Cyclones. Ramos off to wash his man out of the play, and it'll be Gitman on the backhand trying to feather it over toward Bergman. Bergman cycles it for Murphy, who sends it over to the captain. It's Ramos on up toward Gitman. He leaves it for Bergman. Bergman slaps it forward. The Cyclones will take over at their own blue line. Bizarro, though, able to swipe it right back to Ramos. It gets stopped by the half circle in front of the scorer, but it'll be Gitman pouring forward. He's got two Cyclones all over him. He's strong on the stick, works it over to Bizarro. Rolling puck toward Bergman. He goes backhand to forehand, takes a shot, tries to baseball bat it in, does Bizarro. On the Bergman pass, it goes wanting, and now it'll be the Cyclones trying to get that puck up and out. It's Bizarro who finds it, works it up to Schaefer on the ice for the first time today. Thrown in, it's deflected on net and saved nicely. Schaefer able to keep the zone momentarily. The Cyclones can't get a stick free. Comes back to Bergman. Look out! Lasered in one more time on the blocker. Slapper comes in, and this one's frozen on a nice save by the Cyclones in the early going. Stars pouring it on there on a shift. Had gotten new defenders out there during that offensive zone time, and it was Thomas Schaefer with a couple of zone keeps, and the Stars with 3 early shots. Nothing else, though, as Sammy Schulman with O'Connor and Kocher flanking him will take this drop. And Schulman wins it over toward the half wall. Pouring forward, though, is Schulman on the forecheck. It's racked all the way around. Cyclones can't get it out of the zone just yet. O'Day keeps the offensive zone alive here. Kocher tries to backhand it across. A Cyclone loses a stick. Kocher fires it up to O'Day. O'Day can't quite step into that one. He feathers it down low. Cyclones to pick it up. Toward the near half wall it comes. That puck's going to come all the way up and out and go for an icing. We get the whistle with 13:30 left to go here in the first period. And it gives us time to say, hey, welcome on in. Hope you're nice and warm on your couch at home watching this one. The drizzle and flurries are starting to pick up here in Manhattan. Expecting 3 to 5 inches of snow by the time it's all over. Late tonight, this will be Schulman at the near dot. O'Connor and his compatriot sent out of the circle. Puck drop gets caught in the linesman's skates. Cyclones work it over to the far side, and they tip it just past Schulman on the near side. Bouncing puck up to the point. Fired in by Viscoso. Hits a shin guard, goes rink wide. Cyclones looking to get this puck up and out. It was squeezed right into the glove by Ramos, and then this one is ejected up and out. We'll get a whistle for icing here as that one crosses the end line. And so we get another stoppage in play as the Stars right now trying to tilt the ice far enough to dump a puck right in the back of the net of the Cyclones. Now 3 officials here today, no, a 4th. In fact, we've got 2 linesmen and 2 referees, and so a fully officiated game here from Chelsie Piers as the Cyclones take that face-off win all the way to the far side of the ice. They're trying to cycle it up and out, but it was picked off. This comes into Polyakov, who fires that one in to the chest protector of the Cyclones netminder. It's Viscoso who comes in with a heavy hit at the near half wall. Cyclones still on top of the puck, and then New York City able to send that up and out of the zone. Nico Viscoso back for the puck, works it over, alternate captain to the captain, and the Ramos pass goes just a little bit high and wide on Polyakov, but Viscoso able to dump in once more. Stars will reset. They're making a change as Bolonik and Fauci come out as some forwards. Here come the Cyclones with some speed. They will chip and chase. O'Day back for it in the near corner. So O'Day's got 2 men on him there as the Stars look to dig this out of their own zone for one of the first times here today. Coming across was Fauci to jam up the Cyclones. He gets it off and out of the zone, and now it's Adamick on the forecheck. He's got Bolonik far side. Cyclones will go around their net. They fire it to that far corner and try and chip it up past a couple of sticks. They will get that puck out of the zone, but not past Murphy. It's Murphy up to Bolonik. Bolonik enters the zone. It's Bolonik on the wrister, fires in off a shin guard. That one goes to the corner. Adamick's going to pick up the loose change, cycle it in deeper, looking for Bolonik, who was trying to regain his skates there. Adamick lays the wood, but the Cyclones are going to come back in the other direction. It's New York City trying to get on the forehand. It was Murphy with a block shot. Speaker's just going to stick it aside as it was rolling toward the side of the cage. And now it's the Cyclones trying to set up a shot in the slot. Coming across was Adamick to jam it up. Cyclones reset near point. They'll dump in once more. It goes off a couple of players. Adamick had hit a man there, but we're going to get an interference call. Looks like it'll be Adamick to the box for interference here. A tight call on the Stars in the early going as Adamick had dumped his man just after he had tried to dump it in the zone. So some Stars dominance not yet showing up on the scoreboard, and now the Stars down a man for the next 2 minutes in the early going as we're near 11 and a half minutes left to play here in the first. It's going to be a face-off in the defensive end. It will be Russo over the dot to take, trying to win it on the backhand, and he does exactly that. Fired up to the half wall, flicked up off the boards. Gitman in stride. He's got Russo up the left wing. Gitman on the forehand, sends that over. He was looking for the old shot pass toward Russo. And now the Stars need to get back in a hurry. Transition game working here for the Cyclones. They'll come into the zone. They fire it all the way across. It's sticked up and out by the Stars there. Looked like it was Nico Viscoso and Ryan Speaker combining and get that puck up and out. Rolls for an icing, but with 11:02 left to go in the first, it's just a defensive zone draw for the Stars. It's Schaefer and Viscoso as the defenders. Russo out there as the centerman. It's the Cyclones pouring that in on Speaker. He's just going to jump right on top of it. Called into action for really what's the first time here today. And so the Stars looking to get this puck up and out. It's Gitman in the slot with Schaefer. Russo again on the backhand. Another clean win to Viscoso, who fires that one up. That one took a deflection. It looked like off a stick. Shouldn't go for an icing. That's a tough call on the Stars, as it looked like the Cyclones close enough to that one. Icing not washed, and so Anthony Russo, the alternate captain, will have to do it all over again on the backhand. Near circle drop upcoming here for the Stars. It's Russo over toward the half wall. Cyclones will retrieve. They skated up to the blue line. Now they can step into one at the top of the circle, trying to get some traffic in front, but it was Viscoso upending his man in the corner, and the puck squirts free all the way to the end wall. Schaefer's going to go for it, and it looks like it's going to be the Stars again going to the box here for roughing. And the Stars now have a 5-on-3 in front of them here. And the Stars bench looking for an explanation to it. Unsatisfied with that explanation, but of course, only the officials' opinions really matter as to who's going to the box. So a 5-on-3 for the next minute and 4 seconds for the home team here. And it's a clean win for the Cyclones up to the near point. They try to set something up far side. Fired in. Speaker able to gobble that one up. And Murphy streaks in to keep him clean. And so we'll do it all over again with 1:02 left to go on the 5-on-3. Bit of a slow start from the clock there, as you'd expect. And it's the visitors down 2. In any event, down 2 men, that is. It will be the Cyclones taking over in that far corner. They'll circle there. They fire in. Speaker is able to face mask that one aside. Kocher tries to leave the zone with it. It's racked off his stick, though. And now setting it up once more are the Cyclones all the way across, looking for a one-timer. They step into that. It was a diving block, and now Speaker gets across. It was Murphy, who is absolutely a pest, jamming up the Cyclones the entire time. Braden Murphy with a couple of shot blocks and a stick save to boot. And so we'll do it all over again on the Stars icing with 34 seconds left to go in this 5-on-3. Still 1:25 left to go on the second penalty. So there'll be an abbreviated 5-on-4, assuming nothing else changes out on the ice. It's Kocher at the dot, wins it to himself at the half wall. He'll turn with it. He's got 2 Cyclones all over him in front of those far advertising boards. Kocher, though, jams them up for a few seconds, and then the Ice Monster does the rest. Kocher works that up to the point. It's not out just yet. Thinking about picking that puck off was Murphy. He does, in fact, pick it off and flick it up and out of the zone. 13 seconds left to go in the 5-on-3 here for the Cyclones as they'll cycle it across the ice. The Cyclones in the neutral zone trying to get set. They're going to dump in. Ramos back to retrieve. 4 seconds left to go in the 5-on-3. Captain works that up off the boards. Bouncing puck comes up to the blue line on out. And now it's Shulman, as part of the 4 Stars out there on the ice, able to harass his man into an early dump-in, but look out, here come the Cyclones stepping right in through the slot on the forehand, trying to send it across. They do. Oh, the Cyclones able to zigzag across, And the Stars were playing with fire there, going down 2 men early. The Cyclones made them pay for it. And so this will be an early Cyclones lead with 9 minutes and 11 seconds left to go in the opening frame. Stars will need to strike back. It was early Stars dominance, but it was the double power play that did the business for the Cyclones. Stars will take that face-off win back into their own zone. O'Day on the puck now, trying to work that up and out. It's chipped, but it hits a Cyclone. They fire it across in tight. Shot just wide. Follow-up can't connect because Thomas Schaefer gets his stick in the way. And now the Stars will try to skate this down in the offensive end. It's the Cyclones blowing a tire there. Bergman on the puck. Thrown in front. Oh, it hits the outside of the post off the Gitman shot. Gitman gets it back. Thrown in front once more. Shoveled across. And the one-timer goes wanting as the puck hopped over some sticks. O'Day able to pinch in and keep the zone. Now Gitman fires on it, and he bodies a man there. Bizarro to pick it up, looking for it, works it up to O'Day at the point. O'Day flicks it farther toward the slot. Bouncing puck goes just wide. It'll be Bergman to pick up, thrown in front. Cyclones there first, and they will escape with this puck. It's going to go all the way into the Stars zone. O'Day gets body position on his man, controls the puck, but it racks off a stick, so Schaefer will fire on it. O'Day and Schaefer back on it. Gitman was covering the crease. This will be Bergman all the way across the ice looking for Bizarro. Cyclones pick it up at their own blue line. Bizarro able to stretch and work that puck. Well, it's going to go off a couple of bodies all the way deep, so Schaefer picks it up behind his net. 8 minutes even left to go here in the first. Thomas Schaefer on the puck, on up for Bergman, who works it into the offensive zone. It's Bizarro able to keep it in that offensive zone. He's looking for the return pass in Bergman. It's Bizarro cycling it deeper. Bergman will fire on it at the end boards. He upends his man there. Clean hit this time, according to the officials. And so it's the Cyclones, though, able to work that puck up to that far half wall. And they'll escape the zone once more. 2-on-2, maybe a 3-on-2 developing here for the Cyclones. They're just going to shovel it off the flat half wall. Speaker able to swipe it to the side of the cage. And now it's Bizarro working that up for O'Day. He gets the return pass, comes off his stick. Here come the Cyclones in the other direction. Bouncing puck's going to go wide of the cage. Schaefer turns for it. He's got a man there, shoulder to shoulder. Works it up to Bergman, and then it comes off a stick. Look out, Cyclones still on the puck. It was O'Day pushing his man wide. Fauci now to shovel it to Bergman. Bergman throws it out of the zone. Cyclones will dump right back in. Schaefer on the puck, but it's going to be an offside call on the Cyclones, with 7:01 remaining to go here in the first, so just over halfway through this opening frame. It's been a lot of Stars possession, but it was the Cyclones on the man advantage who were able to play a little tic-tac-toe and find the back of the net. This is Bolonik, Polyakov, and Fauci out there as the forwards. It's Viscoso and Ramos as the defenders. No Sam Coronati here today, it looks like. At least not on the ice yet, and so 5 defenders being rolled right now for the Stars. Off the flat end wall comes that puck. Fauci first to it, throws it out front, all the way across, shot it, scored! Oh, it looked like it was Bolonik doing the damage in front, perhaps. And first in the high-five line is Bolonik, as the Stars played a little tic-tac-toe of their own to get that puck in the low slot and slammed it home, tying this one up at 6:42 left to go in the first. This will be Bolonik to take the drop. Wins it forward. Fauci on the forecheck. Flicked up and out of the zone by the Cyclones, and getting back in a hurry is Polyakov to help out Ramos and Viscoso. It's Ramos who gets washed out of the play momentarily. Viscoso able to carry that puck up. But we're going to get a call here as the puck goes up and out of play. And so the Cyclones and Stars just separated on that far side of the ice after a little discussion between them, perhaps talking about the impending snowstorm coming to New York City. Puck just gathered out of the netting, falls out of play, and so back to the scorer's booth for some more pucks. Goes the linesman, but we should be ready to roll here just momentarily, as those pucks always kept in the corner of the scorer's booth. Just one more factoid that you do not need in your head and should forget about as soon as you can. This will be Sammy Schulman, far side of the ice to take the drop. Bouncing puck worked over toward the half wall. It's Kocher first to it. Able to lift a stick and then work it back to O'Day with some help from Schulman. O'Day on over for Murphy. Murphy on the puck, and it's a breakout pass that doesn't quite connect, but does get out of the zone. Then Kocher able to fire that puck in. It's a delayed penalty on the Cyclones as Speaker was leaving the crease. Try and get that sixth skater out there. It's going to be a roughing call. Looks like the officials are going to call a tight game. And really all you can ask for here is that they call it both ways, and thus far appear to be doing so. So the Stars have tied this one up in the opening period, and now they'll be up a man on the roughing call to the Cyclones. Power play unit numero uno over the boards. It'll be Bolognic, Bizarro, O'Day in the slot, Schulman and Murphy back at the blue line right now. And the Cyclones just need to get that fourth skater out there. They do, after a little help from the folks in stripes. And just more of an explanation from the linesman, telling Bolognic to stand outside the circle. It was a clean win from Bizarro back to Murphy. Murphy all the way across for Schulman. Schulman fires in. That's deflected. It sits in front, still in front. And the Cyclones able to swipe it over to the corner. Bizarro tries to dig that out on the twist. It's O'Day who comes back, settles it down. Murphy on over for Bolognic. Back to Murphy. Murphy to Bolognic. Bolognic steps in on the wrister across toward the slot just behind Bizarro. And so the Cyclones able to come in the other direction, but Schulman over to cover. Now the Cyclones on a break. The Cyclones in tight. Look to fire it on Speaker. All the way across it goes. It's going to be a penalty as the Stars had tried to get back a slash, it looks like. And it will be Schulman to the box. Well, that power play lasted for all of 33 seconds for the Stars, and it's going to be 4-on-4 hockey here for the next for the next 1 minute and 27 seconds, of course. Still 5:35 left to go in this opening frame, which is turning into a special teams fest. It was Schulman trying to get back to prevent the breakaway of the Cyclones. Called for a slash there, and so 4-on-4 hockey upcoming. It's a clean win by Bizarro once more. Bizarro takes the flick from O'Day. It's 2-on-2 in the other direction. O'Connor up the right wing, receives the pass. O'Connor in the offensive zone, leaves it for Bizarro. Bizarro curls on the backhand, comes out front, tries to catch a man cheating, and then O'Connor jabs it just wide. Cyclones will take over. They feather it up, but not past Murphy, who fires it in once more. Oh boy, a toe save there on the own deflection by the Cyclones, and now it's the Cyclones trying to come up, but Murphy picks off a pass. He stalks in. Murphy in one-on-one, fires in, and that one's going to be gobbled up. It was Murphy who was looking for his own rebound in front as there wasn't a shooting lane. And so just an offensive zone draw for the Stars. 55 seconds left to go on the 4-on-4. It's 5:03 left to go here in the first period. Bizarro at the dot. It's Bizarro winning that toward the slot, but the Cyclones are going to come away with it. They fire it up to the blue line. Murphy stalks in, able to jab the puck off a man. Now it's Murphy in all alone. Murphy on the puck, goes backhand, shoots, and scores! Braden Murphy in on the forehand, then backhand, rounds the netminder and shoots and scores, giving this Stars team a 2-1 lead with 4:52 left to go in the first, and still 44 seconds left to go on the 4-on-4 hockey. As you almost certainly know, being a viewer of youth hockey as long as you've been, when the numbers on the ice are even, 4-on-4 or 3-on-3, if one team scores, it does not wipe a penalty off the board. And so 4-on-4 hockey here, just a bit of a conversation between the Cyclones bench and the scorer's booth, but onward we play here. It is the Stars taking that face-off win from their own blue line. Cyclones try to pour back in. Bizarro would come back for it. Puck rolls from Bizarro over to Ramos. Ramos gains center ice. Now will come on in. Ramos on the forehand. Deep in the offensive zone is Ramos to the end boards. Still with the puck. He's got Schaefer at the near point. Ramos circles all the way around. Oh boy, Ramos had so much speed there. It was hard to keep the puck on his stick, but the Stars able to maintain possession after Ramos put on a skating display. It's Bizarro up for Ramos, who shovels it into the offensive end. Giving chase is O'Connor. Cyclones will play that around the net. Puck rolls to the side of the cage. Liam O'Connor, a menace there on the forecheck. nearly picks a puck off not once but twice. Cyclones will break out near side. They gain the line and dump on in. Just 3 seconds until there's a 33-second power play here for the Cyclones. Stars on the puck. It's Russo skating that up the left wing. Russo gains the line, gains the offensive zone. He's all alone in the offensive zone right now. He's just going to dump on in, and he takes a hit for his trouble. That one not interference, despite being the exact same amount of time after he had released the puck on the call that hurt the Stars earlier in this game. Just one man's opinion from up here in the booth, though, and now it's Adamek bodying a man. No arm raised for that hit either, and so perhaps they're letting them play just a little bit here. It's Schaefer firing that across, all the way in deep once more. Tries to work that up to Murphy. He does. Murphy takes a hit there. He's able to keep the zone and work it in once more. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey here at Chelsie Piers as the Cyclones look to break out. It's the Stars jamming it up near half wall. That puck flutters up into the netting and will get a stoppage in play with 3:17 left to go in the first. And an offensive zone draw upcoming for the team from Coney Island. Folks, a reminder, next weekend, Stars travel out to Bayonne, New Jersey, Rich Corpy Ice Rink to take on the cutting-edge King Cobras in an exhibition matchup, 7:30 p.m. Saturday night. Tune in right here on Midnight Sports. Subject to carrier restrictions, we'll have all the coverage for you. But first, a whole lot of state youth hockey coming up right here from Chelsie Piers. This is the Cyclones dumping that puck all the way rink wide into the offensive zone. Murphy to pick up. Murphy on the puck. On the backhand, works it up toward Russo. Russo jams that puck up to the point, and then Murphy blocks that point shot. Rolls to Adamek. Adamek up to Briscoe. Briscoe's got Murphy streaking toward the net, looking to fire it across. It was the Cyclones who had jammed up any passing lane, but Adamek over for support, keeps the puck in that far corner. It's Trevor Adamek trying to swipe that up to the point. It hits the referee's skates. Briscoe takes over. He's going to turn with the puck. He's got 2 Cyclones all over him, now 3. Briscoe had done very well to keep the puck in the zone, but that bouncing puck comes up to Adamek, and now he's called offside. And it's a tight call on the old number 13. But perhaps the right one out there, and so this will be a neutral zone drop far side of the ice, just outside the Cyclone zone, with 2:23 left to play here in the first period. It's Bolonik trying to chip that forward. He ends up working it over to Schaefer. Schaefer comes into the zone. He's going to dump it in and give chase. Waiting in the slot is Fauci. Bouncing puck's going to be gloved down by the Cyclones netminder, and it will be an offensive zone draw for the team in navy blue. Nothing more, though, just yet for the Stars. Bolonik to take the drop. He's got Fauci and Polyakov as the wingers, O'Day and Schaefer as the defenders. That puck rolls to a Cyclone. It's Fauci bodying a man there, trying to keep that puck in the zone. Are the Stars. It comes off Bolonik's shoulder, and that bouncing puck does eventually get up and out of the zone. It still rolls farther. O'Day swipes it to the side, carries it over to that far half wall, sandwiches a man there, but here come the Cyclones. It was Bolonik getting across, able to rack the puck off a stick, and now Fauci able to work that puck out to the neutral zone with some help from Polyakov. It's the Cyclones setting up once more, picking off the pass is O'Day. He has to delay and then dump on in. With 1:36 left to go in this opening frame. It's the Cyclones working it up near half wall, all the way out of the zone. O'Day settles that bouncing puck down, throws it off the boards on the near side of the ice. Schaefer dumps in once more, and Bolonik will give chase. Partial change here for the Stars. Bizarro out there on the ice, chops it out of the air, and lets that puck work back to O'Day. O'Day across for Schaefer. Schaefer pitch and catch with O'Day. It's a puck that rolls all the way up and out of the zone. Bizarro finds it at his feet, chips it forward, and here's the Cyclones netminder to leave it to the side for his own defender. Stars look to complete the change. It was Gitman who was able to get that puck caught in his skates and jam it up, and now Bizarro gives chase all the way across the slot. Cyclones just a bit faster to the puck there. Bouncing puck across the slot once more. Bizarro's puck hunting out there right now. It's a delayed penalty, it looks like, on the Stars as the Cyclones pour in. It's the Cyclones still getting tight. Speaker swipes that aside. 40 seconds left to go. 6 skaters out there. We finally get a touch-up whistle. We'll see who's going to the box here as the officials call another penalty on the Stars. It looks like Bergman taking the long skate over. He's going to go for roughing. I did not see the hit on the ice, and so can't weigh in as an unneutral observer. 38.2 left to go in this opening frame. 2 minutes on the board for the Bergman rough. Stars up a goal, down a man for the next 2 minutes. This will be Russo on the backhand at the dot. Cyclones try to kick it up to the point. Giving chase there was Gitman. Cyclones with it. Murphy pushes his man against the end boards, and now it will be a rolling puck to that far corner. Cyclones try to turn there. In for support comes a second Cyclones forward. They work that puck up all alone, top of the slot. Cyclones think about firing it there. It was Russo who had jammed up any shooting lane. Cyclones keep the zone. Firing on it now is Murphy. Taking a swing at it. The Cyclones still have it. They throw it in front. Too many skates and sticks in the way. 7 seconds left to go. That puck's going to go all the way down for an icing with 3.8 seconds left to go. Here in the first, the Stars are going to need to tie a man up to see their way to the first intermission. Still up a goal in this one. 1:25 left to go, so expect there to be 1:22 left to go on the man advantage, that is, when period 2 starts, so long as the Stars can't hide this puck in the corner of the ice. It comes up top of the circle, fired in, getting down was Ramos to block the shot, and the puck rolls harmlessly to the corner, and that does it for the first period here from Chelsie Piers. It's a New York Stars 2, the New York City Cyclones 1. Stick around. We're going to put 15 minutes on the board, do it all over again. This is Midnight Sports. All right, as promised, we put 15 on the board. Period 2 about to kick off here. Stars ready. Cyclones just getting that last-minute strategy once more. Still a minute and 22 seconds left to go on the man advantage for the Cyclones. And this will be a center ice drop, of course, because it is the start of a new period. All right, this is O'Day, Gitman, Russo, and Schaefer out there as the penalty killers for the road team. Cyclones work it back to their own zone to try and break into the offensive end. They will dump it on in and give chase. First to it is Schaefer, uses the net for an obstacle, works that puck up toward Gitman, but the Cyclones keep the zone at first. Then it's fired up and out by the alternate captain, Anthony Russo. It's the Cyclones now across center ice on the backhand. They dump in once more. Turning are O'Day and Schaefer. Schaefer on the puck, works it over to O'Day. O'Day settles that puck down. Cyclones, though, will reverse in deep. It's Schaefer on the forehand, and that puck just left for a moment. Look out, fired up in front. Can't connect. Are the Cyclones passes right now, and so Gitman able to skate this on up and out. He gains the line, dumps on in. Shot on goal there from David Gitman as the Stars can make a partial change. It's Shulman on the ice now as the second forward. Turning is O'Day on the puck. Of course, second period penalties always tough because you have to make the long change. This one's going to be fired all the way down. Might roll for an icing. We'll see. With 13 seconds left to go, icing was waived there. And so just 10 seconds left to go on the man advantage as O'Day picks off a pass. It's O'Day still on the puck. He dumps in once more. That should do it for the man advantage out there for the Cyclones. It's Kocher on the forecheck as the Stars get a fifth skater on up and out. O'Connor lays the wood. Bouncing puck up to O'Day. Not out of the zone just yet. Kocher had come all the way back for it. And that will be an offside call as the Stars keeping up the heavy hitting out there with 13:28 left to go in the second. It was an offside call that stopped play, and so this will be a face-off just outside the Cyclone zone. I'm sorry, the Stars zone, I should say, as the teams have switched sides. As Cyclones take that face-off win back to their blue line, and that bouncing puck does find a Cyclone. Look out, Cyclones into the offensive end, all the way across in the slot. It's Kocher, who's got that puck in his glove, able to settle it to the side of the net. Cyclones able to dump it in once more. It's Ramos on up toward the near half wall. Kocher did very well to stick lift his man. It's swiped forward by the Stars, bouncing puck right at the logo, taken over by the Cyclones and dumped in by Sammy Schulman. This will be the Cyclones settling it down behind their own cage, trying to reverse it up and out, picked off by O'Connor. You knew it was coming based on the forecheck earlier in the game. It's O'Connor, he gets stood up in the corner. It's swiped farther toward Fauci. Fauci down low, return pass to O'Connor, shot in. Oh, it was a 5-bell save by the Cyclones netminder as the Stars were in front through Bolognic. It's Fauci now on the puck, trying to cycle it back over to Bolognic. He does. Thrown in front once more. Polyakov gets one swipe at it and two, and it doesn't get sent home. The Cyclones living dangerously and living well there. Their netminder able to stand up 2 point-blank shots, and now the Cyclones in the offensive end, but without possession. Stars try to swipe it forward. Ramos able to pick up that puck in the slot. On up goes that puck. Drop pass nearly connects for the Stars, but it'll be the Cyclones coming back in the other direction. Maybe a 2-on-1 coming here as Fauci gets across to try and cut out the shot, which goes wide of the cage. Cyclones still dangerous, though, in the offensive end right now. Bolognic settles it down, throws it to the far side. It's Polyakov trying to rack it up and out. Instead, the Cyclones dump it in once more. Puck back to Ramos in the near corner. Ramos surveys his options, not out of the zone just yet. Bouncing puck, swiped once more. Speaker's just going to slide to the side, throw a glove over it, and buy his team a line change with 11:42 left to go in the second period. This will be a near circle defensive zone drop for the team from Coney Island. It's Briscoe, it's Russo, it's Adamick, Murphy, and O'Day as the defenders for the Stars. This is Russo over the dot. Adamick told to back out of the circle. Look out. This comes up to the slot. Stick on puck by the Stars. Adamick had cut out the threat, and the shot went high over the cage. Briscoe tries to get that puck up to the point. Block shot goes all the way across. It's now Murphy jabbing it toward Adamick, who's able to swipe it farther there. Puck is on end. It'll go for an icing. Unlucky there for the Stars. No, it was waved. The arm was up from the back linesman, and it was washed at the last second. And so here come the Cyclones with speed. Getting back is O'Day, trying to push his man wide. He pushes him all the way to the end boards. Look out, there's a Cyclone waiting in front, but now covered by O'Day. It's the Cyclones with the puck at the point. Soft shot comes in, flutters up on all sticks, and it is Russo trying to work that up to Briscoe. He does. Briscoe skates it up to the point, not out just yet. Cyclones dump in once more. O'Day takes his man out of the play. Murphy back on the puck. He's able to avoid a man who had been streaking in on the forecheck, but the second Cyclones man looks to get that puck, and now it's a penalty on the Cyclones. The Cyclones bench doesn't like it, but it's Adamick who's able to get up and out of the zone. We'll see if they pull Speaker here as the Stars fire it all the way across. It's saved. It's still a delayed penalty on the Cyclones. And so Speaker had stayed in net there as it was a Stars rush. But it will be the Stars up a man here on what looks like, now we'll get an unsportsmanlike call here. And now the Cyclones coach being told to head out to the locker room here by the head official. And so he's going to do just that. We'll see what all the paperwork looks like here after the Cyclones boss exits the ice. Right now, one Cyclone in the box. And we'll see if it's a 5-on-3 or a 5-on-4 here. As another player told to get in, but just unclear, of course, whether it's going to be a 2-10 or a pair of twos. The first 2-minute penalty put up on the board right now. We'll keep you apprised of how many Cyclone skaters are on the ice, just in case you're doing something else while you're listening to the game. All right, well, looks like the assistant Cyclones coach will take over here up on the bench after the head coach has taken a walk, or presumably the head coach. Of course, we don't know that for sure. Two 2-minute penalties put up on the board. And it is a 5-on-3, and so there is no time like the present for the Stars. It's the Cyclones who come away with that face-off win. It's O'Day trying to pick that puck off a man. He works it over to Bizarro. Bizarro wiped out of the play there. The Cyclones look to retrieve. It's O'Day who gets body position. All alone is Bolognic in front, but there was no passing lane. And so now the puck does eventually find Bolognic. It'll be Schulman stepping into one. Deflection carried on net, was loose in front. O'Day takes a couple of whacks to the kidneys for trying to free that puck between the pads, but 22 seconds gone on this 5-on-3. And just a shot on goal so far for the Stars. This will be Bizarro, far circle, Bolognic in the slot. It's one over toward O'Day, who sends it back to Schulman. Murphy awaits at the blue line. A lot of ice out there. Murphy's just going to skate in. Across for Bolognic, fired in. Getting down quickly was the Cyclones netminder, and now that puck fluttered up to Schulman, who retrieves. It's Schulman all the way across for Bolognic. Bolognic into the bumper in Bizarro, back to Bolognic. Pinching in tight are the Stars, but it's the Cyclones, trying to come away with it. They do. They get it up and out of the zone, and now it's Schulman back for it. 1:06 left to go on the man advantage as Bolognic will enter the offensive end. Bolognic all the way in, looking for a trailer. He finds one in Murphy. Murphy thinks about a shot, works it over toward Schulman. Fired in off a leg pad. Now back to Murphy. That one's fired in and frozen by the Cyclones netminder. That's probably a long enough shift there for power play unit number 1. And indeed, we'll get a line change with 52 seconds left to go on the 2-man advantage here for the Stars. And they were operating down low well. It's just the Cyclones netminder was able to stymie the Stars thus far. It's O'Connor in the slot. Russo at the dot. Clean win by Russo past Kocher, back to Ramos. Past. It was Gitman on that far side of the ice. Anyway, it's Ramos firing in. That one saved to the side. O'Connor back on the puck. Looks in front. Works it up to Ramos. Kocher awaits in the high slot. Kocher retrieves the pass. 33 seconds left to go on the 2-man advantage. Ramos gets it back once more. Fires off a body. That one goes wide. Kocher's going to retrieve in the zone. Kocher walks the blue line, works it deeper for Russo. Russo all the way across. He was looking for Ramos. Kick save, up and over the cage. That puck goes. 17 seconds left to go for the Stars as Russo has it once more. That puck takes a deflection. It's fired across, and it's scored by the captain. It's Ramos who was able to come across, pick up the loose change, and tap one into the back of the net with 8:40 left to play here in the second. It's a Stars power play goal. All of a sudden, Stars 3, New York City Cyclones 1, and still 11 seconds left to go on what's turning into a 5-on-4 after the Ramos goal. And so over the boards comes Fauci, Polyakov, Bolognic, O'Day, and Schaefer. That puck one forward. Fauci able to bat it into the offensive end, but the Cyclones look to come back the other way with it. They'll flick it up through the neutral zone. It was bodied by Schaefer for a moment. Across comes Polyakov, and on the backhander, he finds Fauci. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey here, Looks like that puck wasn't touched up, and so with 8:22 left to go in the second, it'll be a defensive zone draw on the icing call against the Stars. Well, it's Bolognic, Schaefer, Fauci, Polyakov, and O'Day. Same 5 skaters will stay out there. And this face-off to the near circle in the defensive zone. This will be Bolognic trying to swipe that over toward the half wall. It rolls across. Cyclone retrieves and works it up to the half wall, but Fauci able to dig it off that half wall, and throw it up and out of the zone. Dumped in once more by the Cyclones, and O'Day to retrieve. It's O'Day reversing to himself back to the forehand, and he's going to find Bolognic, who sends it up toward Polyakov. Polyakov tries to hunt that puck down at the blue line. It hits a couple of skates. It's thrown on up, and here comes a 2-on-2 break the other way as Schaefer able to get across, swipe it off a stick, and cut out the threat. Cyclones will dump once more. Rolling puck toward the side of the cage. That's going to be gathered there by the Stars. Thrown up to Polyakov, far half wall. Thrown across, though, and now the Cyclones have it. They fire that high of the cage. Looked like maybe it might have scraped the top of Speaker's helmet, but it was never in danger of going in. Now thrown up and out by the Stars, and the Cyclones send it right back the other way. They get that one deep as Schaefer will turn for it. Schaefer all the way across. He's going to find Bergman just on the ice. He's able to tap that puck, slow it down so it doesn't go for an icing. As we're officially halfway through this game, O'Day picks off a pass in the neutral zone on the backhand, throws it in deep, and that puck played by the Cyclones netminder to a defender as the Cyclones look to break out without a faceoff. It's Gitman picking that puck off, working it to Bizarro. Bizarro finds a little ice for himself, works it up to O'Day. O'Day back to Bizarro. Bizarro streaks across the slot on the backhand, throws that in, and the rebound goes just wide off Gitman's stick. Oh, it looked like it was a great save by the Cyclones there as that puck just fluttered a bit. And now it's O'Day all the way across to pick up the puck in his own defensive slot. He skates that up, not out just yet. Cyclones can't get hold of it, so it rolls to Bizarro. Bizarro skates it across. He was looking for Bergman there. Instead, the Cyclones dump it in, comes off the end boards all the way over to the near corner. It's O'Day working his man over there. Cyclones get it up toward the point, but it was Bizarro picked off a pass. It's a mini break for Bizarro. Dominic Bizarro into the offensive end. On the forehand, that puck had fluttered on him. He didn't get full purchase on it. And so now the Cyclones will come in the other direction. Getting all the way across is Viscoso. The Cyclones look to set up in front of the net, and they can't find a trailer because Bizarro had gotten back to the high slot, picked off a pass, carried it into the offensive end, but it'll be the Cyclones in a 2-on-1. Ramos back. This is some end-to-end action here as the Cyclones look to set up, but they couldn't get the shot off, and Ramos able to clean it up. Bizarro gets that puck up and out of the zone. It's a 2-on-1 now for the Stars. Bergman all the way across. He's going to have to take the shot there. There was no passing lane as Russo had come across to that low slot looking for any rebound. Instead, this will be Speaker who's going to play this puck. Nope, yes, he does. Throws it aside for Ramos. And now it's a big hit, but Briscoe stands up as man, but breaks a stick while doing so. And now it's the Cyclones in all alone. Speaker gets across, shuts down the shot, puck still loose, side of the cage, thrown in once more. Another save there by the Stars. It's Russo to pick up that puck. It was a broken stick on the ice for the Stars as Briscoe had his stick snapped on a check. That icing is washed, so the Stars were effectively down a man there as Briscoe didn't have a stick on him. He was able to get to the bench, and now Russo dumps that puck in just a bit deeper. Upended there was Adamick, it looked like, as that puck had come deep into the offensive zone for the Stars. Cyclones will dump in once more. It's Viscoso hitting a man there, and now it'll be Viscoso to the box as penalty called on him to the side of the cage, and it'll be Nico Viscoso to the box on what looked like a regular check to the side of the net, but again, certainly the only opinion that matters there. A Cyclones man had run into him, and Viscoso had extended the arms into the body of the man, but the arm immediately up by the official, and so it's the Stars who are down a man here for the next 2 minutes. 4:53 left to go here in the second frame. Clean win by the Cyclones up to the high slot. Look out. Cyclones looking to set up a shot, and they fire it in. It takes a deflection wide. Bouncing puck flutters wide of the cage. It's Murphy back. Tries to use the curved wall to get that puck up and out, but there was a stick in the way. Cyclones possess near half wall now. So Cyclones all the way across the near circle. They're going to crisscross and pick up the puck there. They try to send something softly in. Speaker kicks that aside, and now it'll be the Cyclones retrieving at the near half wall. It's Murphy and Fauci on the near side of the ice. Cyclones try to cross them. They work it up to the top of the slot, and the return pass to the near half wall only connects after the puck had fluttered. Deflection off Murphy's skate carries that wide, and it's going to be Adamick able to chop that up and out. He was looking for a headman pass to Fauci, just a little too hot to handle, but the Stars did the right thing to get that up and out. Bouncing puck comes all the way across. Look out, Cyclones possess far side now. It's Adamick, long reach, forces the pass back to the defensive blue line. The Cyclones now try to stalk in, but they're unable to get past Adamick and Murphy, so they'll dump in once more. It's O'Day patrolling the crease. Now he fires on the puck, and Murphy takes over there. O'Day trying to separate his two skaters from the puck. The Cyclones fire that all the way up and out, and so with 45 seconds left to go on the man advantage to the Cyclones, they'll have to reset, and the Stars can make a change. It's Adamick on the puck for a moment as the Stars had nearly picked off a pass. Now Murphy will get back and send that puck up and out of the zone. And the Cyclones will collect at their own blue line. 26 seconds left to go on the man advantage here for the Cyclones, who try to carry it across. The Stars were stout there at the blue line, and they were able to force an offside with just 21 seconds left to go on that power play for the Cyclones. 3:14 left to go in this second period as the Stars trying to stand tall after the roughing call to their alternate captain. This will be Shulman and O'Connor as the forward, Schaefer and Ramos as the penalty-killing defenders. It's a win for the Cyclones back to their own blue line where they'll try and set something up there. Shulman in this 1-2-1 defensive setup in the neutral zone on the forecheck forces the early pass that rolls all the way back to Ramos. Ramos is able to soak in the Cyclones forward before sending that up and out of the zone. Cyclones reset once more. It's O'Connor, long reach, able to jam up the play at first. Here come the Cyclones into the offensive end. They fire in. Speaker able to glove that down, and the Cyclones have to reset in the near corner. Cyclones trying to feather that pass, but picking it up was O'Connor, working it up toward the blue line. Cyclones fire that up into the netting, and we're back into 5-on-5 hockey here with 2:35 remaining to play in the middle frame. It'll be a face-off in the neutral zone. 5 skaters aside right now on the ice. This will be Shulman. Just outside his own blue line, he's able to cleanly win that back to Schaefer. Schaefer curls with it, works it over to Ramos. Ramos receives it, works it up to Kocher. Some tape-to-tape passing here from the Stars. Will find O'Connor into the offensive end. Drop pass for Shulman. Shulman collects and dumps it in just a bit deeper. Goes across the low slot where the Cyclones look to pick it up. It was Kocher hounding a man there. Cyclones able to get it into the neutral zone. And here they come, trying to come across the slot. Ramos able to get his stick in the way. Rolling puck from Schaefer over to Kocher. Kocher twirls with it. Looks to cycle that puck to the top of the zone so the Stars can get it up and out. Puck sits at the end wall. It's caught between some skates and sticks. 5 players in on it right now as that rolling puck finds a Cyclone, fired in, and it was a shot block there by the Stars. Looked like it might have been the captain, and then Sammy Shulman. Not sure he knew much about it, but he was able to block it. Cyclones eventually see that puck roll up and out of the zone, and now it'll be picked up by Ramos in the neutral zone, trying to jab it farther. Last-ditch effort. He gets a stick on it. The Cyclones just have to dump, but can't get past Thomas Schaefer, who works it off the boards for O'Connor. 1:28 left to go here as the Stars break in, and it will be Bizarro firing that across. But we're going to get a stoppage in play. They're going to call 6 men on the ice, which is just the wrong call there. I am loath to say much about this, but in fact, the Stars had 5 on the ice, and you are allowed to leave the ice, and the new man is allowed to play it so long as someone else was going off the ice and had gotten off the ice. And so it's a bench minor to the Stars, and it's a very, very tough call there against the New York Stars, as it very much violates the spirit of that rule. But again, the only opinions that matter are the ones in stripes, and so this is a Cyclones power play. 2 minutes put on the board. As the music continues here, rolling puck gobbled up by Speaker, who dives across, throws the big mitt on it. And 7 seconds gone on the man advantage for the Cyclones. 1:16 left to play here in the second. This drop's going to be Gitman, far side of the ice as they kill the music. It'll be Viscoso trying to get that puck up and out. Instead, the Cyclones have it in that corner. Nico Viscoso pushes his man wide. It was Gitman nearly with a stick on puck. Murphy, though, able to fire that all the way up and down, hoping that hits the target. Instead, it goes just wide for an icing. 1:39 left to go here in the second. In the second on the man advantage. Just 1:02 left to go in the period. And so the Stars very much would like to see another period start down a man as they started this one, because it will mean they've killed off the next minute and 2 seconds of this Cyclones power play. Cyclones look to retrieve from under a skate. Puck does squirt loose, fired in wide of the cage. Bergman to retrieve. He's strong on the puck there behind the net on the forehand. Flutters that up and out. It's a great zone clearance by Riley Bergman as that puck goes down nearly all the way, but not for an icing. And picking this pass off is Bergman once more, working it into the offensive end. Cyclones look to retrieve. It was Bergman's stick who jammed up the zone breakout at first. Cyclones have to reset. 32 seconds left to go in this period as the New York City Cyclones pour forward, and Murphy looks to push his man wide. Cyclones gain the offensive zone. They've got some space there, and it's a shot block by Bergman. And the Cyclones will try again, far side of the ice. They work it on over to the near slot. It's that tic-tac-toe passing that let them score their goal in this game. They were looking to set it up once more. It's 7 seconds left to go here as that puck's going to flutter on up and out. Maybe not enough time for the Bergman breakaway. It's Bergman in all alone. He shoots just wide of the cage, and there goes the buzzer. So after 2, it's the New York Stars 3, the New York City Cyclones 1. Stick around. We'll put 15 minutes on the board. Still 37 seconds left to go on the man advantage for the home team. This is Midnight Sports.
Let's go, Sam. Go, Sam. Yeah! Woo!
All right, let's get you set here for the third period. It's a Stars 3-1 lead. They're down a man for the next 37 seconds. There's 15 minutes left to play in this game. And the Stars will look to try and kill off this penalty and get back to their puck possession ways. It turned into a bit of a track meet there in the middle frame. The Stars certainly would like to play some lower event hockey if they can. Goaltenders just being checked here before we are ready to roll. And in fact, we very much are ready to roll. Boards being pounded. Official just coming out of the box there as he gets set as well. It's Bolognic at the dot, trying to swipe that puck back and then forward. He does exactly that, dumps it into the offensive end. It'll be the Cyclones, though, turning the other way and dumping it deep. O'Day back for the puck. O'Day tries to pull it off that yellow board on the far side, but it comes to a Cyclone, feathered in, and it was Speaker with the blocker, and Bolognic, who was able to get that puck up and out of the zone, out of harm's way. That one's going to be dumped in softly. No icing here as it never hit the end line. And so Fauci on the forecheck. The Cyclones work it up near side of the ice. Still 3 seconds left to go. Maybe one last rush here for the Cyclones. That one should go for an icing. It does. And so back to 5-on-5 hockey as we are 40 seconds into this third period. And an offensive zone draw upcoming for the Stars. This will be Polyakov, Bolognic, Fauci as the forwards, Murphy and Ramos as the defenders. It's going to be a far side of the ice drop. Officials faked everybody out there, including the announcer, but not the cameraman. Well, even the cameraman on that one. And so this will be Bolognic, far side of the ice. He wins it on over to the near point. Keeping the zone is Murphy. He'll just send that in deep. And Bolognic goes to retrieve. It's worked over to that far half wall. Cyclone's able to get it up and out. Ramos will turn. He gets body position on his man, carries it in the zone momentarily. And now Fauci bodies a man far side. Cyclones pick up. They'll dump in. Deflection carries that wide. It's Murphy over for the puck. Soft pass up to Polyakov, who retrieves it in stride. On up for Fauci. He's able to bat that farther. Cyclones clear the zone once more. Thrown in off a body and up into the bench area. And so we get a stoppage in play with 13:47 left to go here in the third period. Looks like it'll be a drop at center ice. Well, folks, a reminder, next Saturday, Bayonne, New Jersey, 7:30 p.m. The Stars travel to take on the cutting-edge King Cobras in a 16U AA exhibition matchup. Catch all the action subject to carrier restrictions right here on Midnight Sports. Shot in, Speaker able to just swipe that aside, and it was a little last-ditch defending there by the goaltender in blue and gray, but he swiped it clear, and then he uses the face mask to throw that to the side of the rink. He gets a bit of a cheer from the bench, and perhaps his mother doesn't like to see him using his head that way, but nobody else will mind as the Stars able to clear the zone. Briscoe able to pick up his stick. He had lost it there. That's his backup stick anyway. Then that's sent in softly on Speaker, who's just going to cover up, and it'll be Murphy who's keeping his netminder clear as the Cyclones had poured in to try and snow him. But instead, Murphy blocked the man who was streaking in to try and upset Speaker. And it was the Cyclones man who ended up blowing a tire on his way in. Speaker with just a little bit of a conversation there with the official, perhaps asking him to keep his eye on the hijinks. And this is now the Cyclones trying to pour forward. They're in the slot on the backhand. It goes off a shin guard and comes out to Briscoe. Briscoe skates it up and out of the zone. With speed comes Briscoe. And he tries to crisscross there and send it all the way across the zone. It hits a Cyclone skate. Cyclones, though, able to break out in the other direction. They fire in, and they'll give chase. Turning for it is Thomas Schaefer. He's got Viscoso on the far side of the ice. Cyclones fire that off the end wall glass, and this will be Adamick to pick up the puck. Adamick fires that up and out of the zone. Viscoso picks it up, gains the line, dumps on in, and Russo will give chase with Adamick. Puck comes all the way to the far side. It's Kocher able to keep the zone. Cyclones can't get it past Kocher the second try either, as he'll turn with it, fires it in, kicked aside by the Cyclones netminder. Bouncing puck finds a Cyclone off the boards, and now the Cyclones in business. It's a 1-on-3, but they're all the way in the offensive end. It was the back check of Thomas Schaefer that blew up that play. Holy moly, Thomas Schaefer out of nowhere ends up forcing the Cyclones offside, as it looked like the 1-on-3 Cyclone might be able to pull the trigger on the shot. Instead, Schaefer, the old number 77, had other ideas. And now just a face-off in the neutral zone. Stars win that back. It's O'Day for Murphy. Murphy on up. Bouncing puck picked up there by Shulman. Carries it in deep. Looking for O'Connor, streaking toward that back post. All the way across it goes. It's O'Day who's going to have to pick this up in the neutral zone. O'Day settles the puck for Murphy. Murphy up the strong side of the ice now toward O'Connor. O'Connor near side, rolls off his stick. Cyclones look to retrieve at the near half wall. It's O'Connor on the forecheck once more. Forces his man all the way back to the end wall. And now Shulman will stalk his man there. He gets a stick on the puck, but it ends up rolling off. So it's picked off by Murphy, who takes a glance over his shoulder and fires on in so the Stars aren't offside. It's the Cyclones looking to work this puck up and out once more, but O'Day has it at the far point. Steps into one, goes off a shin guard, and rolls to the near side where the Cyclones retrieve. New York City Cyclones working that puck to the far side now as Kocher uses his body to keep the zone. O'Connor lurks in the low slot. Pass can't connect to him, and the Cyclones will break out the other way as the Stars were making a change there. And now the Cyclones into the offensive end. A hit there at the blue line. Speaker's just going to throw his glove right on top of it and get a little head tap there from the alternate captain, Braden Murphy. With 11 minutes even left to go here in the third. It's a defensive zone draw for the Stars. And it'll be David Gitman to take the drop far side of the ice. He's got Pizarro and Bergman flanking him as that faceoff win goes wide of the cage. And so a little pitch and catch here from Ramos back to Schaefer. Schaefer on the puck. He's going to skate that up and out. He gains the line. He takes a hit, but he's able to work that deeper for Bergman. Bergman tries to pull it off the boards there. Puck just rolls off a stick, but it's Pizarro now on the puck. He takes a couple of jabs to the back, and Pizarro able to keep the puck in the zone. But now the Cyclones come the other way. It's the Cyclones 3-on-1 in the other direction. It's Ramos all the way across. Finds a Cyclone stick there. Shot goes high. It was Ramos who had done enough to jam up the initial pass attempt, and the Cyclones, once they settled the puck, had run out of real estate. And so now the Stars operating again in the offensive zone as Pizarro looks to flick the puck off a man, sends it all the way across. On the backhand, the return pass can't connect. It was Bergman who was looking for Pizarro in tight. Schaefer keeps his own back to Bergman. That puck rolls off a stick all the way up to and out of the Stars' offensive end. Schaefer circles with it, works it all the way across. He's going to find Gitman there. Gitman gains the line, dumps on in, giving chase once more. are Bizarro and Bergman. The killer bees out there right now trying to eat up some of this game in the offensive zone. The pass from Bizarro to Bergman just a little bit long, but it's Bergman on the back check, and then he takes a big hit there, and we will get a call as Viscoso upends a man who had some words for him, but Bergman hit right in the back. This will be a penalty on, well, it looks like Viscoso's going to go to the box here too. And so we'll see if it's 2 Cyclones or 1 to the box. It's certainly a star as Viscoso to the box. And it's the Cyclones going for what looks like boarding and roughing to Viscoso. And so we'll see here if it's 5-on-5. It appears to be. Well, that's a tough call against Nico Viscoso there, as the man at the near point had hit him as he was trying to defend his teammate, but as is often the case, a stronger player ends up in the box. And so it was boarding on the Cyclones and roughing on the Stars. Looks like it might be a washed penalty here, as given the coincidental calls, it'll be 5-on-5 hockey, it looks like. Well, 9 minutes and 39 seconds left to go in this one. It's a 3-1 hockey game, and some long conversations at the Cyclones bench between the officials and the remaining Cyclones coach on the bench. If you tuned in earlier in the game, you saw the one Cyclones coach thrown out of the game for a protest of a call, and now one Cyclones player is headed toward the locker room, and so on a boarding call, it is what we assume is a game misconduct there, and so we'll see 2 Cyclones, now just a gesture of 2. Perhaps it's a 5-minute penalty and a 2-minute penalty. And so there'll be a 3-minute, if you can do the math. It's like the old riddle. You got jugs of 3 liters and 5 liters, and how do you make sure you have 2 liters? Anyway, I'd never figured that one out. Here we go. Puck's dropped. 5 players on the ice for both teams right now. We'll update you if that changes at any point. It's O'Day picking that puck up at his own blue line, stalking into the offensive end. He'll dump in after taking a hit. It's Fauci first to that puck, as the Cyclones look to get this up and out. Pinching up was Murphy. He keeps the zone. Long reach toward Fauci. Fauci able to work that puck up at the near half wall. Fired in by Murphy. It hits the curved wall, comes all the way over to O'Day. It was Polyakov who had helped out on the initial dig out from the near half wall. Polyakov back on the puck. Works that over toward Bolognic. Bolognic stalks in. He goes around 1 man and 2. Tries to swipe it farther. Bouncing puck covered up there by the Cyclones netminder with 8:57 left to go in this game. It's an offensive zone draw for the Stars, nothing more. This will be O'Day and Murphy, Bolognic, Polyakov, and Fauci as the 5 skaters out there for the Stars. Clean win by the Stars. Work from Fauci on down toward the slot. It's O'Day able to keep the zone. Ice getting chopped up out there. You can see the snow building. But it's the Stars all the way across toward Bolognic. One-timer can't quite connect. Chelsie had looked to set up his centerman there, but it's the Stars keeping the zone at first. Finally flicked out there by the Cyclones. It'll be Murphy able to work that puck past the blue line. The Cyclones will come right back in. Look out, the Cyclones fire on Speaker, who blockers that up. And now the Stars look to collect at the side of the cage. Cyclones have it. They fire in once more. Jab shot goes wide. O'Day back on the puck, picks it up, curls with it, gets it back on the forehand, works that puck up for the breakout, but it finds a Cyclone instead. Cyclones all the way across, and it was O'Day tracking back on the back check. He gets a cheer from his bench for the hard work, and O'Day still with the puck, works that up toward Polyakov, who chips it up to Bolognic. Bolognic stops, turns, works it back to Polyakov, who pulls it and sends it to O'Day, who's seen enough and sends it deep into the zone so the Stars can make a change. It's Briscoe jamming his man up at the end boards. Now the Cyclones look to break out on the far side of the ice. Briscoe had done very well to keep the puck in the zone. He gets some help from Russo. Bouncing puck does come across the blue line, chipped farther by the Cyclones. Look out, it's the Cyclones into the offensive end. That shot goes high over the cage, and now it's the Stars with a save from their netminder As that puck comes all the way through, a good work there by Ramos not to try and touch it as it was in low. Any deflection could have carried it on frame. Instead, this is Russo clearing the zone, and Briscoe will give chase. Cyclones pick up in their own end, and they'll turn the other way with it. Bouncing puck, though, swiped farther by Adamick, and it'll be the Cyclones netminder covering up there with 7:13 left to go in this game. Offensive zone draw coming up for the Stars. And this game really opening up in the last 2 minutes or so, some end-to-end action. And this will be Russo to take at the near circle. Schaefer and Ramos as the defenders. Clean win back to Schaefer. Schaefer waits and sends that on net. It's deflected just wide by Russo, picked up by Briscoe, sent on net. And now Russo working with Briscoe to try and get this puck out toward the front. It's Adamick who picks up that loose puck, and he sends it on up towards Schaefer, but it's the Cyclones first to it. 2-on-2 in the other direction. Cyclones will dump in. Puck comes all the way to the far side. It's Schaefer who's going to go to the box here. He was shoulder to shoulder with his man, but instead, it was the Cyclones man who got wiped out, and so with 6:47 left to go in this game, it's the Stars to the box, up 2, down a man for the next 2. And some more special teams action out there for you. It will be Shulman. Looks like Murphy, O'Day, and perhaps O'Connor in the slot. Hard to see just yet from this angle, but in fact, it is O'Connor. Worked up to the near point by the Stars. Cyclones throw that in wide of the cage. It had fluttered off a stick. Cyclones pick it up, though, once more at that far half wall. Now at the far point. Cyclones have the puck there. It's picked off by O'Day. He's able to work it up past the blue line. 2-on-2. O'Day slaps it farther for O'Connor. O'Connor into the offensive end. O'Connor on the puck. Stops, delays, curls, fires in. Kicked aside there by the Cyclones netminder, and it's O'Connor on the forecheck as the Stars have to back off, down a man, still for the next minute and 27 seconds. Cyclones carry it into the offensive end. They try to bat it around. Speaker just shovels it aside. Cyclones get it back, and they're at the end line are the New York City Cyclones, trying to set something out toward the net front. Stars push them wide. Cyclones still with the puck. They jab it up to the near point, all the way across to the far point. Far circle, fired in. Speaker had a glove on it, but it ended up in the back of the net, fluttered off the mitt as there was a man in front. And so it's now a one-goal hockey game with 5:55 remaining to go here at Chelsie Piers. Well, this will be Gitman, Bergman, and Bizarro as the forwards. Ramos and Kocher. Looks like as the defenders out there with Schaefer, who is in the box. So Kocher deputizing at defense as he's done a few times this season, trying to work that puck up and out. It's now the Stars batting it forward. Cyclones look to take over right in front of the camera well here. They do, they dump right back in. And so Ramos first to the puck. Carries it around behind the cage, does Ramos. Sends it all the way up and out. This one's going to miss wide for an icing. And so with 5:26 left to go in this game, another defensive zone draw upcoming for the Stars. Well, this is Gitman, Bergman, Kocher, Ramos, and Bizarro as the 5 skaters. Bergman backed out of the circle there just a bit. One in towards Speaker, but it's shepherded to the side by Kocher, who reverses over for Ramos. It's Bizarro trying to get that puck up and out of the zone. It's going to flutter wide on the slot, and so it's Kocher delaying, and he'll curl with it, but the Cyclones look to take over once more. Thrown up to the top of the circle. It's Bergman trying to swipe it aside. Cyclones still have it. They fire it in. Shot goes wide off a skate, and so now it's Bergman picking that puck up top of the defensive slot. He's 1-on-2 toward the offensive end. Bergman on the puck. He's got a trailer there. He finds Bizarro. Bizarro tries to fire. He had looked at the net. He had to take his eye off the puck for a moment to pick his spot. And so the Stars just have to reset in their own end as the Ice Monster ended up gobbling up that puck. It's Bergman all the way across, looking for Gitman. He finds Bizarro. Bizarro fires in. It's Bergman who's going to turn with it, firing, and saved there by the Cyclones netminder. Bizarro over to pick up that puck. Bizarro throwing it in front, found by a Cyclone, swiped wide. Cyclones can't quite clear past Bolognic, who digs that puck farther. He gets it back on the backhand. He's going to turn on the forehand. He finds Bergman all the way across. That puck comes off a skate. And so now the Cyclones to pick it up. It's Bizarro, though. Picks it off a man, turns, fires. That shot goes wide. And now it's the Cyclones trying to get that puck up and out. They do, but only so far as Murphy. Murphy settles it for O'Day. O'Day gains the line. He'll dump right back in. 4:03 left to go in this game as the Stars can make a change. It's now Bergman shouldering a man into the glass there. O'Day to pick up and dump in. It hits a couple of bodies all the way to the end boards. It's Fauci trying to collect that puck at the end boards. He wipes a man out of the play there. Comes on back to Bergman on the forehand, fired wide of the cage. Looked like the Cyclones netminder might have gotten a piece of that one. And now the hitting continues here as Bergman takes a couple of punches to the face there from the Cyclones. And we'll see who's going to go to the box on this one. Looks like one aside, as the officials will send Bergman to the box after taking a couple of punches to the face. And so, looks like it's roughing on the Cyclones and on the Stars. 5-on-5 hockey still with 3:39 remain to go in this game. Should be a face-off on the Cyclones side of the neutral zone. It's Bolognic, Polyakov, and Fauci as the forwards, O'Day and Murphy as the defenders. Puck won forward by the Stars, but the Cyclones control. They throw it right back up and out. And so Murphy back for it, chips it up, it hits the netting. It'll be a defensive zone draw here for the Stars with 3:30 left to play in this game. Well, it's been some high event hockey out there despite the scoreboard. And so the Stars looking to get this puck up and out. Cyclones dump it in once more. Puck flutters off the dasher, goes all the way around off Murphy's stick. It was a good reverse from him to the far side of the ice. Stars can't get it out on first try. Puck sent right back in by the Cyclones. Murphy first to this puck. He tries to tap it past a man there. Cyclones all over him. Murphy gets it back and looks for the breakout pass from Polyakov. Cyclones trying to dig it off the boards. Cyclones jab it farther. Bouncing puck finds a Cyclone stick. It's the Cyclones top of the nearest circle trying to get some shooting space all the way across. One-timer can't connect. Puck sits in the slot. Look out, that puck's still loose. Speaker kicks it out. And the Stars living dangerously here. Cyclones still with the puck. They flutter it in. Speaker again with the save. Murphy to pick up the puck. Racks it off the glass. Bouncing puck still on a Cyclone stick. Fired in. Speaker with another save. Sent wide. It's the Cyclones dumping in once more. Stars look to move this past the blue line. They do. Polyakov on the puck. Dangles it into the offensive zone, but the Cyclones will come right back in the other direction. Stars partial change there. Cyclones hit a trailer in the slot. They fire, and they shoot, and they score. 3-3 here as the Cyclones score. And boy, oh boy, it felt like it was coming as the Stars unable to get that puck where they needed it out of the defensive zone, and it was a top corner shot there by the Cyclones, and so it's a tie ball game here at Chelsie Piers with 2:25 remaining. It's Shulman at the dot, trying to win that forward over towards O'Connor. Instead, it rolls up toward Ramos. Ramos able to get that out of the defensive zone. Still plenty of hockey here as the Cyclones don't just want to tie, they want to win this game. It'll be Kocher over to the near corner, trying to get the puck off a man there. And so it's a couple of bodies in on the puck. It's going to be the Stars escaping with it. Headman pass doesn't connect to Russo at first, but Cyclones able to keep the puck out of their zone there, sending it back in the other direction. And so it's Shulman picking off a pass. Shulman in the slot, he shoots, and it's a save by the Cyclones netminder. And so with 1:50 left to go here in the third, it's going to be an offensive zone draw for the Stars. Russo, Shulman, O'Connor, Kocher, and Ramos to take this drop. And it's the Cyclones controlling. They work it over to that far corner. Try to set up a zone breakout here. are the New York City Cyclones. They'll skate that puck into the offensive end and dump it deep. It's now Kocher watching his man wide on that half wall. Puck rolls off the end boards. Schulman first to it, sends it off the boards, stays in the zone, thrown in, and it will be O'Connor on the puck, trying to jab it up and out of the zone. Cyclones dump it in once more. Cyclones with a little bit of space here, looking for a slot pass. Kocher pushes his man and the puck all the way down to the end boards. Cyclones on the puck once more. It hits a body in front. Now Ramos able to skate this up and out of the zone. It's Ramos on the puck with some speed on the forehand. Goes around a man. Ramos shoots in, and that's fought off. It sits at the end line, and it's touched home. The Stars score. The Stars able to fire that one home as it sat on the red line with 65 seconds left to play in this game. Boy, I hope you didn't leave early from your couch, because you've missed all the action here at Chelsie Piers as the Stars take a 1-goal lead once more in this one from Manhattan. Well, we will keep our eye on the Cyclones netminder here, as surely they'll look to get a sixth skater out there on the ice sometime in the next 65 seconds. Cyclones netminder already halfway out of the cage. It'll be Murphy to retrieve. He skates that back toward his own net. Gitman jams up a man there. Cyclones dump it in deeper once more. Murphy back on the puck. Able to pull that off. It's an empty net for Braden Murphy. If he can get the shot off, he's able to flick that up toward Russo, who carries it toward the offensive zone. Bolonica waits in the low slot. Russo on the puck. Flutters up off the dasher. It's thrown up toward Gitman. Gitman on the puck. Fires that in, and it's a shin guard in front. Can you believe it? 35 seconds left to go. It's the Cyclones firing that all the way up and out. O'Day back on the puck. Bats it through the neutral zone. Cyclones reset. Cyclones on the puck at their own blue line, and they work it across the logo. A lot of skaters out there right now as the Cyclones have that sixth skater out. It's O'Day on the puck. He'll turn with it, fires it off a body. Russo bodies a man right in front of the advertising well. Puck spilled all the way across, but kept in the zone by the Cyclones. They look to set up something with just 8 seconds left to go. It hits a shin guard, and that puck comes up to Murphy, who's going to send it off a body up into the netting with 3.3 left to go in this game. Murphy pleading his case that it came off a Cyclone, and the face-off should go outside the zone. Nobody shares his opinion in stripes, and so we're going to get a timeout on the ice. And I don't know if you need to catch your breath, but I certainly do. And so stick around. 3.3 seconds left to go in this game. It's going to be a defensive zone draw for the Stars when we come back here on Midnight Sports. All right, timeout on the ice, over. Defensive zone draw for the Stars. The Stars up a goal with 3.3 seconds left to go. If Coach Carney has a face-off play, this is the time to use it. Have to think we're going to see the alternate captain, Anthony Russo, at the dot, trying to win this one on the patented backhand. We'll see, though, as he circles behind the low circle. And it's Speaker making sure everyone stays out of his way on the screen. It's Russo at the dot. It's chipped up to the top of the circle. Fired in. Russo with the shot block. And there goes the buzzer. We've gone final here from Chelsie Piers. The New York Stars 4. The New York City Cyclones 3. Thanks so much for watching right here on Midnight Sports. We'll see you next Saturday night, subject to carrier restrictions. Until then, stay safe.